Hi, everybody. It says I'm live. Hi, everyone. Um, just got finished doing some work. So it's like, surprise, you got to go live. Hi, DFS. How are you? Let's get some people in here and we're waiting for Matty, of course. He'll be here shortly. And let's get some people in here. Please share the show. Okay. Oh, I have something new that I'll show everybody. So this is just came in as a proof. So it has this little gray stripe around it. You guys know I'm a children's book author. And this isn't one for kids, though. This is a retelling of The Holly King, and it's got my name on it. And it's kind of a small book, not too bad, like 65 pages or something like that. And it's got colored pages for the first time. I put colored pages in it, which are fun. So let me go ahead, show and tell. So here is the Holly King and the Oak King, that in this Celtic battle of the seasons. This is just a retelling of the story of how they would battle it out to which season would come next and all this stuff. Well, I decided I'd give them more of a life. So I wrote this really good. I've got two editors that said it's good. Really good, book of retelling of the myth, the Holly King and the Oak King. So anyway, lots of fun. I just finished editing it, and it is going to be out, I hope, this week. So excited about this. This was a different kind of a thing for me. By the way, I do teach how to put your book on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and all that. If anybody's interested, I can do a class on that. And it really costs nothing to to publish on Amazon. So anyway, it was fun. There's the back, there's the front, and I had to fix some of the stuff in there and some of the color for the pictures because I hadn't printed in color before. So here's the end of the book where I have them when they're young. So anyway, lots of fun, lots of fun. Thank you, Carlos. I'm really excited on this one. It's really unlike the Fig Willow books and stuff like this. So this is more a 17 years and up type of book, 16, 17 years and up. And I wrote it on the level of seventh grade reader anyway. So anyway, it's a good one, and might make you a little sad or a little excited or whatever, but it is a fun book. All right. So anyway, I wanted to show that off. So it's Monday. Is everybody okay? Everybody alive? So I've been like so running around doing stuff. It's not it's not funny. A lot of readings and a lot of people today coming back with, I do a reading and it'll come back with 8 questions, 7 questions, 6 questions, and then keep going. So I've been doing that. It's like playing tag with my business, but I'm happy to give clarity. So when I do my readings, I'm, working for half hour, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. And so anyway, I think I'm done with that for the night. Okay, let me see. Okay, so hi, Kimmy. Hi, Nia. Hey, Carlos. Maddie should be here in a minute. Kimmy, Tracy, Kimberly, hello. Let's see, I'm looking. Oh, gosh, you said you are appreciated. How nice is that? Oh, the neat thing is that I got a hold of this person that takes my books. I donate them to a cancer center, Moore's Cancer Center in San Diego. I said, hey, I've got 2 new books, the Fig Willow books. And, I've already given a set, but I'd like to mail in 2 more. So that's going to be fun to do. I love it. I love giving away the books. And I love that they sell, but I love that I can give back. Oh, gosh. Thank you, Carlos. And we appreciate all you guys. Kimmy, as far as your question on where you're going to live, you would, for me to do a reading for you, I would probably need, like, to look at 3 different places, of, you know, towns or something like that. And that would be a little stretch. So maybe if you just told me one place that you were looking at moving to or something like that. Hey, Matty Tarot.
Hey, how are you?
Let's fix this. There you go.
Hi. Hi,
And
everybody.
I'll zip up the volume. Mystery Monday.
Mystery Monday.
Do you ever remember that you didn't, you're too young. There was a board game called Mystery Date.
No.
Well, it's where you can get either a loser or the winner. You open the door. I never got it. It's something I want, One of
That's
those things
funny.
you go in your past and you go, I never got a Barbie doll.
Oh, really?
No, I want everybody to cry over that because I never got a tank. I got the Barbie case. Look, I have the Barbie case. Where's your doll? I got Midge, her friend.
Her friend Midge.
I got the friend
I'm
doll.
so done.
What's
That's
wrong with
funny.
my parents? I don't know.
You said mystery date, and you opened the door, and it reminded me of my parents, how they met story. So, like, my dad would talk to my mom over the phone because their 2 jobs. Like, he was a contractor for a company, and then she was in the call center of like this place. But anyway, he would always talk to her, and he was like, he would ask other people like, oh, that Starla sounds like she's beautiful. Like, I wanna meet her. I like Starla, whatever. For like a year, right? And he would ask her on a date, ask her on a date, ask her on a date, and she would always say no. She finally one day was like, okay, why not? And so she'd never seen him before, right? And so she says that if he showed up at the door and she didn't like how he looked, she was gonna pretend to be one of her sisters.
Oh
She
man.
was gonna be like, "Oh, Starla's not home,"
No,
but she opened the
sorry.
door and she obviously liked what she saw,
What
and
she
they're still
saw.
together today.
Oh, that's good. That's good. One time when we were out in the country in another state, we were staying at a beach, and I think I was 13, 14, something like that. My sister was 11 months older. She really liked this guy. But we were like at bonfires and we're having fun, and all of a sudden he asking me, can you translate for her? And I was, oh yeah, because I can't understand her French. And
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, she's from France and she doesn't speak any English. And I'm sitting there going, okay, let's go with that.
do you
You know?
speak French?
No, she's making it all up.
Oh,
Wee wee. I was going, oh hell, I don't know
oh
any
my
French.
gosh,
Yes. It's
that's
true. It's true.
hilarious. Oh
We
my
have
gosh.
people laughing. It's true. It really is, the wild things we did. Oh my God, I have stories, but that's we want to hear your stories, everybody. We have a lot of people in here. Come on.
Hello,
Oh, thank you for
everybody.
share the show. Let's get it up. 4 more people in here.
Mystery Monday.
I know. Um, I am going to turn up the volume a little bit more, and you guys start posting your requests so we can get going. Now I didn't go over any of the rules
Okay. Well, I can
because
do
I
that.
was doing this, Maddie, showing everybody my new book.
Oh, awesome.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
You weren't here for show and tell, but let me show you one of the brothers, the Oak King and the Holly King battled over the seasons. And here's my little art thing I made. I made
Oh,
that.
wow.
And so that's the Oak King and the Holly King. So anyway,
Okay.
I did it in color.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really neat. Came out great. And it should be published this week. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm going to make it an ebook, my first one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, we got some things coming in. People are asking one thing. Okay,
Yes.
2,
So,
3. Okay, we're good.
all right. So, welcome to Free Psychic Readings with Maddie and Debbie. It's Mystery Monday, so we're unveiling the mysteries. You must be 18 or older to receive a reading to participate. No medical, no legal. We don't do any personal information of any other person other than yourself. So please don't include people's names. If you're asking about someone specific, you can say person of interest, person on my mind, significant other, partner, situationship, whatever it is. Just don't put their name. So no personal information other than yours. We cannot post a question or put it up if you do. Um, we accept donations, but they are not. These are free readings at the end of the day. So a donation does not get you a higher spot. There's no list, and there's no body that's prioritized over anyone else. But pay links are scrolling below. Actually, they should be. Debbie, if you want to do that.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So the pay links will be scrolling below if you're feeling generous and would like to donate. Please go
Can
to
I put in if it
YouTube.
says Fluid Friday because I didn't change it yet?
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. So you guys, it's
What's in
gonna
your
say it's
cup?
Friday. It's Friday on a Monday, y'all. We really spicing Monday up, making it Friday.
Well, yeah, I've got to shake things up. Keep it fresh.
But please go to youtube.com/at Matty Tarot or /at Psychic Fixes and subscribe and follow the channels. And if you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. It's the only way it tells other people about our video that you find us interesting, and that's how we grow. So if you like the show, help us grow and put a thumbs up. I think that's everything, right, Debbie?
Yeah, I'm going to connect to his energy right now, so it'll be just taking me a couple minutes here.
Nia says I was going to post about my drink too. Hey, you know what? It's Friday on a Monday. Tell us what's in your cup if you're drinking something.
I wasn't ready. I worked all the way up until just now.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm all put together here?
Oh, you look great, Debbie. Well, what's in my cup? Water.
Okay.
Ice
I
cold
was
water
making
too.
a cup of coffee. I have
Oh yeah.
coffee. Yeah, because I had a refresher, my favorite watermelon juice with lots of water and ice, my favorite. And I finished
That
that
sounds so
off.
good. That sounds delicious.
So I did want some coffee. But then I put it in a mug that has a trademark on it. So I didn't have any painter's tape. So I have to drink it this way. Okay. Almost ready here. Okay.
You're doing Mikael?
Yeah, I got money, 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 money. Okay. The card that comes down for you, I do get a energy of a justice theme of what's right and wrong. I get very much a Libra like person that's hugely compassionate, and I feel like would champion causes and charitable work and things like that, but no nonsense, strong personality. So that could be you or someone else. I get success over you, which I love, and it tells me that you're going to actually have everything you want in your future. Success over a lifetime. I feel like money, relationship, everything. I think it's going to be really great. We have to get there though, but I feel like it's going to be wonderful. I get you going along with the flow in the past. Now for May, this is a great card. It's going after your desires and your goals, really wanting and striving to make a change for the better in your home, maybe your career, things like that. Just really wanting everything in the world to come to you. This is really one of the best cards in the tarot. Right now, for mid to end of May, actually, I do have you waiting on a certain amount of money. So I don't know if you're waiting like I'm going to build up or I'm going to reach this much or this is the much I want. It's just there's a wait for that money. So a little bit of wait for as much money as you want to make. When I get to June, somebody steps in that's very business minded or money minded. I feel someone comes in. This is really good. They're going to help affect a change for you. And that is actually super positive for you in the future. So I feel like this person comes in and does that for you. Maybe they're talking about money. I do see money coming in July for you. So we got a little hunk of money coming in. This is good. I feel like it comes all at one time and it's for you. It's directed to you and should be yours. So those type of money comes in as bonuses, sign-on bonus, refund, all kinds of things like that. And money should be yours. So we have a hunk coming in the first part of July. Look at, I get too much worry in mid to end of July. Let me take a card and see what's going on. Okay. All right. So we see that you got some money. And I bet you manifested it, by the way. This gives you a new beginning to get this money, but also it is the card of an investment, getting an investment and trying to make an investment at, somewhere. So I get a lot of worry over this. So make sure that, if you have anything that you want to invest in, that you're talking to professional people and you're getting their advice on it. So you don't have to worry, but I get worried over it. When I look at it, I go, you just got money. And now what do you do with it? All right. So that's what I have for you for 3 months. Thank you.
That was lovely, Debbie. Okay. I have chosen Sierra Renee. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. Sierra Renee. So I'm going to do I did a specific relationship spread that I created myself. So it's really good at, it says, so it says how you view, where you're at in the relationship, where the other person's at, how you've contributed to a specific problem or a set of problems, how they've contributed to a specific problem or a set of problems. And then, is it fixable? Is it worth it? And then the last one is what's to come, what the outcome is. So, and I'll go over them each one as I go. Okay, so the first, where you stand. The Three of Inspiration, or the Three of Wands in the regular deck. You have tried to manifest certain things, or you've made certain needs clear, or you've spoken up about something, and you're kind of just waiting for the results, or waiting to see it happen. So it's like right on the horizon. Sometimes you see like it's there, and you see little inklings of change, but you ultimately get upset when you don't see it fully turn over, and this causes you to maybe become critical of your partner, and or maybe you get an attitude, or you get you just, in general, you get upset, and you're kind of viewing things from a space of growth right now. That's kind of how you're viewing. You need growth in this relationship. However, you want to see growth from your partner. However, you need to also take into consideration in the ways that you can grow. And we'll get to that, okay? Your partner, where they stand in the relationship, they're quite giving, actually. They're very generous. And there's loyalty here. This is the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Materials in this deck. There's a generosity, there's a loyalty, there's a want to expand. So that's good. And the question, where your partner stands at this time, it says, what's under that? So what is really happening here, there's a dynamic where you become overly critical of your partner, and they take it very, very, very personally, because they're already prone to do that sort of thing. They're already prone to they have like heavy insecurities. And so, and everybody does. So that's not to say, oh no, you're with an insecure person, but because everybody's insecure in some way. But what is really happening is that you're saying things in regard to maybe their behavior. They are relating to those things by identifying with them, thinking that you're talking about their identity or their character, instead of just the behavior. And the real issue here is that something is underneath that. So that's very surface level. So we need to go, what's under that? That's the question. Where is this stemming from? um, I've already kind of incorporated the second part in the first part because I was looking at it. So I'll just go over it again. Queen of Voices is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is it sets heavy boundaries and doesn't take no ish. So, quick to cut somebody's head off if they step out of their boundary. So that's where the overly critical part comes in. You're very outspoken in this regard. This Five of Voices, or the Five of Swords, on your partner's end, how they've contributed to the problem is that they become resentful of this sort of thing. They act out due to the supposed, they think you're taking a jab at them, they think you're coming for them in some type of way, and so they act out. They become resentful, and that plays out in a very various different ways. So is it savable? Or, yeah, is it savable? Is it able to be reconciled? Yes, it is. Because the Eight of Voices here, or the Eight of Swords, tells me most of these issues are actually in each other's minds. You're not actually coming for his character and his identity. You're not actually saying insulting things about, like you're not saying you're a POS or you're an a-hole. Like you're saying things like, I don't like it when you do that, or why are you acting like an a-hole right now? There's a difference between you're kind of acting like an a-hole and you're a POS a-hole. Like, that's two different things. So really though, it's just the way you guys aren't communicating about where each of you are coming from. So you're not understanding each other, and you're getting into this fight and when you really think about it, it's actually the fights you're getting into are over things that aren't actually happening. Because if you have misunderstood somebody and misinterpreted something, and then you're angry about that, and then your reaction gets their reaction, and you both are going at each other, well, it all came from a misunderstanding and a misinterpretation. So you're fighting about nothing, and it's quite pointless in the end. When you finally see it, you're like, wow, all the time and energy wasted fighting over literally nothing, over things that literally aren't happening. So it's all about the communication. You guys got to back up and approach it differently. So is it savable? Yes, it is, because you can always work on your communication. Is it worth saving? Yes. You need to get used to apologizing. Page of Emotions, or the Page of Cups. You need to get used to apologizing, and you need to understand that nobody is perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. A perfect partner is one who can communicate their insecurities, their needs, who will mess up but makes an effort to hear you, to correct poor behavior qualities, or to show up and do the work and clean up their side of the street, and understand that it's a partnership, it's a teamwork. So as long as somebody is making an effort, has a good heart, is trying, and you see the needle moving, and they are taking accountability for things, and they hear you, but they also express themselves to you and let you in on their inside world. That's quite literally the best you can get. That's the most you can ask for in a person, because they're gonna mess up, they're gonna make mistakes, they're gonna piss you off sometimes. There's going to be error, there's going to be bumps in the road. Um, but is there an effort that's being made that you can see? Or is this person just totally like unwilling to budge and is like, you just got to deal with it. It's my way or the highway. That's a huge red flag. So a perfect person doesn't exist, but a perfect partnership is someone is where you see an effort being made. Okay. Um, what's the outcome of this? There's a balance you guys reach. I don't know when, but you guys do get over this hump together. Temperance is here. That's peace, that's harmony, that's balance. And really, I'll leave you with this. In the Temperance original card, she's taking one cup and pouring it into the other, but she's holding both cups. So it's kind of what that says to me is you got to fill your own cup first before you can start pouring into somebody else's cup. Because if you don't have a full cup and you're trying to pour into someone else's cup, I mean, you don't have anything to pour in there, you know? So next time you want to point at your partner and say, you are doing this, instead take a step back and look at yourself. See how you can approach the situation differently. See how you can't change other people. You can just change yourself and your expectations and the way you show up and the way you react and respond. That's all. And by doing that, you inevitably change other I'm sorry, you change other people. When you change your role and the way you react, respond, show up, what you do, everyone else around you involved in the circumstances must therefore change as well because you've brought something different to the table. Okay? That's all I have for you this evening.
That's so great, Maddie, because anybody can listen to that and get something out of it,
Oh,
So good.
thank
I love
you.
that.
Thank you.
Or fill your cup first. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
very important.
That was really great. That was a good one. That was great. I'm going to do Norma. Hey, Norma. Okay. You want a 3-month reading. So here we go. The first, I wasn't even looking. The first cup here, the first card here is a 5 of cups. And this is my card for experiencing maybe sadness, grief, or loss. So I don't know if anything happened or anybody passed away, but this is kind of a sad card here. Crossing you in temporary energy is the thought of a very strong man. I get very strong man. This could be in spirit. This could be somebody coming in or the thought of somebody that you know. I get a big personality. I get, I get intelligent and I get, strong opinions and things like that. So this is a King of Swords, by the way. So kind of over you in energy, somebody coming in or somebody you're thinking about or someone in spirit. I get, in the future, I get marking a anniversary or some kind of special moments and setting in reflection of those moments that were sweet in the past. I get that things have been challenging for you, hard to go forward. You don't want to go backwards. You're kind of hanging in there. This is in the past position. So there is a challenge. Now, when I look at May, I feel like there's a celebration or there is a party or something like that. I get celebration. It's a reason to celebrate. All right. Mid to end of May, I do have a woman here. Can be you or someone else. I feel like it's someone else because I get kind of a mom energy. I get someone creative, someone nurturing, and someone that's like got some psychic ability as well. So it comes in priority mid to end of May. In June, you get some good news, but not too much happening mid to end of June. I feel like going with the flow, which is great at that time of year. Just kind of go with whatever comes and enjoy that time. In July, I get a little bit of worry for you and having to watch your money or budget your money. So plan ahead for that. And that's what I have for you.
That was beautiful, Debbie. I haven't chosen someone yet. Let's see.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So do, if you haven't, go and subscribe to Psychic Fix's Facebook and Matty Tarot on YouTube and Psychic Fixes on YouTube, please.
Yes,
And
yes,
like
yes.
this show, like it so we can get it out there.
Yes, and I just want to say I've noticed that, ever since we started saying to like the show, that people have gone and started liking it more. So I really appreciate that, guys. It's immensely helpful. So, if you're able to just go on, even if you're not on YouTube, if you're able to just hop over to YouTube real quick, give the thumbs up, it's immensely helpful. I really appreciate it. All right, Heather Johnson. I would love a reading, just general, whatever the cards show. The card or cards show.
I want to tell Kimberly said she's new and what kind of questions. We don't do mediumship right now or legal, medical, that type. So if you want a general reading or 3-month reading or just have a question, Just write it in the comments and post that for us. Sorry, Maddie.
And no, you're fine. And ignore the scrolling thing below that says it's Friday. It's not Friday. But
I changed it to Monday.
oh, she changed it. Okay, never mind.
Oh, he's crazy. I don't know what he's thinking. He must be drinking.
Oh, I love it. Oh, well, I thought it was Friday. You put Friday on there. I thought I'm kidding. All right, so Heather Johnson. Let's see. One more.
And you guys look at the comments for who's next, okay?
Okay. All right. Where is it? Here it is. So, Heather, at this time, you're faced with some heavy decisions that are weighing on you. You have goals like anybody does, and there's these things that you desire, and you want to see those come to fruition. But you're kind of fearing the journey that it's going to take, or the path it's going to take to get there, and the journey. And you're on a teeter-totter, or kind of going back and forth on the fence about should I go this way? Should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? And look at that, fear. So there's a fear here. Understand that things in life and all of our behaviors, all of our actions, all of everything comes down to two different types of energy. You're either moving out of love, or you're moving out of fear. And what let me explain further. So for example, the reason, let's just take anger, because that's an easy one to do. When someone's angry, why are they angry? Well, it's because they've felt some sort of injustice has been done to them, right? And underneath anger is pain, and underneath pain is an unmet need. And when our needs are not met and we're in pain and we feel like an injustice has been done to us, well, what association do we make to that? That we're not important, that people don't care about us, so we fear being unimportant, unworthy, invaluable, or unvaluable, not valued, I should say. But see how it comes down to fear. So anger is moving. When we're moving in anger, we're moving. No, and anger has its purpose, and I'm just, for the gist of what I'm saying is, like, we're either moving in fear, or we're moving with fear, or we're moving with love. We're making decisions out of fear, or we're making decisions out of love. So you need to kind of break down the way you're weighing decisions, because fear is just false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. We've taken and we're taking that information and we're using it as evidence to keep us from doing something, or to hold ourselves back, or to limit us. But that evidence is just false. It's false. We use this false information to limit ourselves, essentially. But our mind will try to convince us it's real, and it really does appear real at times. But that's kind of what you're facing at this time, and you're being asked to take the leap of faith, to go down the path of the unknown, even despite your fears. That is part of self-love, is facing those fears. My husband said something to me the other day, and I really loved it. It was, I'm gonna butcher it, but I'll try my best. He said, we come into this world knowing our light, or learning our light, knowing and learning our light. And then we find our shadow we become aware of our shadow, and we must befriend our shadow and learn our shadow. And only then will we get to experience self-love and self-actualization. So there's polarity to it. There's a balance. Sitting with the most unpleasant parts of yourself, that the parts that you've shunned and rejected and that you don't want to come to light. I mean, that's kind of part of the journey, right? Is going in and sitting with the shadow and shining a light on that shadow and being comfortable in your skin despite your, you know, poor behavior qualities. I mean, obviously working on them, not just accept, you know what, I just you know, am a rude person. So it's like, just that's just the way I am. That's not what I'm saying, you know? And I'm not saying you're a rude person. I'm just giving an example. But accepting yourself despite your flaws, essentially, is the best way to put it. That's part of self-love. And so befriending the shadow is part of the journey, and facing your fears and going for the things you want to go for despite your fears is part of facing your shadow. You're being asked to do that at this time. You need to keep a clear mind and move with sweetness in regard to yourself. You may have stumbled along the way or not know what to do. So you may think like, oh, I've failed at something, or I'm not smart, I'm stupid, or something. You need to be kinder to yourself. You're being asked to move with love, even in your internal world as well. Give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Don't condemn yourself to don't identify with your mistakes. You are not, your identity is not your accomplishments. It's not your mistakes. It's not the things you've said. It's not the things you've even done, really, because we all mess up. We all fail. We all trip. So your identity is, it's much deeper than that, you know. This surface level of like, hi, my name is Matthew and I live in da 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 and I work this and da da da. Like, that's not my identity. That's just like the social construct of it. That's not who I am, you know, under this, you know, my soul or my consciousness, if you will, whatever you want to call it. Um, you really need to go and make sure you're moving toward your passion. That's where the key is here, okay? So clear thinking and reasoning, no overly emotional decisions, you know, no overly logical decisions either. Don't completely undermine your emotions and the way you feel about something because you're like, this is rational and this is the thing to do. Okay, how do you feel about that thing though? Don't just do something because you're being expected to. It may be rational and logical and you want to please somebody, but how do you feel about it? That needs to be taken into consideration as well. These things need to be carefully weighed, and then you need to meditate on it and really sit with it and see what where's your passion calling you toward, okay? Um, upon doing that, I see you moving out of your comfort zone. They say this, your comfort zone is the most uncomfortable place to stay, because if you stay there too long, you're going to look back one day and be like, dang, like I really fumbled the ball. I can't believe I did that, or I kept myself small for so long. You're going to have regrets. Um, so don't, you know, the only time you have is now. Go for it. Step out of the comfort zone, face your fears, treat yourself with kindness along the way, because you're going to fall, but make sure you're always falling toward, I'll say this, you know, success is a sequence of falling and getting back up and keeping going to it. So instead of moving toward your passion, I'm going to say this, make sure you're falling toward your passion, okay? And treat yourself with kindness along the way. That's how I have for you this evening.
Thank you. Okay. Jay Lynn, I'm going to do you. So I had a spirit come in and be persistent. And so I'm going to say it's connected to you, Jay Lynn. Just kept on, kept on. That gives me a really uncomfortable feeling when that energy enters in. But I guess somebody saw that, and I had asked, did anybody see the spirit that's in here? That they have backed off now, but we're very much in there. Usually they just say, I'm here, and they back off. But this one was like, at me, at me, at me. I was like, okay, I get it. You're here. So, Jay Lynn, I can give you a 3-minute forecast. You're going to be sitting here listening to me. That's what I get. I have cards for you, of course. The first card that comes down for you is one of being all about, I've had something built up and really ready to go on to my future, going into a different direction. This is what represents you. And so this is always a good thing when we know when to leave something and to move on. But this shows me that's where you're at right now. Now, I do get someone over you in temporary energy. This can be a spirit or this can be somebody coming in. So I do get a man. Sometimes this is a dad energy, someone who likes outdoors, someone who likes to be around the water. I feel a very good person here, a very good man. So it can be somebody in spirit that's there watching over, or it can be someone that's going to be stepping into your life. I do get a change in your house in the future. I feel like it's either a new home or fixing it up, bringing somebody in, making it more comfortable. So I'm going to say a very positive change in your home situation in the future. I think that the past position shows me very stuck, like this, very stuck. Like I'm not going anywhere. I don't feel like I can do something about something, being very stuck. I'm glad it's in the past. Otherwise, I'd be giving you a lecture right now. Get rid of that. Go forward. So in 3 months, I'm looking at May, June, and July. For May, I feel like you're waiting on some kind of results or to see what's going to happen. Mid to end of this month, I do get a money-minded woman here. This could be you or someone else. If it's someone else, they come in giving good advice about money and finances and things like that. We do have a celebration in June in the first 2 weeks. I feel like a party or a reason to celebrate. It's really a good card. When I get this card, sometimes people get engagements and things like that. So I feel like there's a reason to celebrate here. But yet, even though we're celebrating mid to end of June, I get a little bit of heartache here. Okay. I don't get anything around this that I'm worried about, but I just get a little bit of heartache. In July, we have the mentor card, the teacher card. And let me look at the other one. This could be somebody coming in, showing you how to do something, and also giving you good advice, or it could be you being in that situation. I also get a wish come true card. So I love this card. So mid to end of July, here we have a card of you just getting something that you really, really want. So wish for it because I see something coming good for you in the summer. All right. And that's what I have for you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm slow tonight. Let's see. See, alternative.
And I'm going to be putting the next person's name in a post. So watch for your name.
All right, alternative health and beauty, aka Barbara. I have a question if it's not too late. Does Jay still want to go out with me? Excuse me.
You sound like you have a cold.
I do have a little cold. I was trying to hide that, but you called me out. So
because I was going to say the moms know anyway with the just the sound. I can tell if people are sick just by listening to their voice, but and you sound stuffed up, so that part is not being psychic, being a mom.
I do have a small cold. I do have a little cold. Yeah, unfortunately, okay. But I feel
you
okay.
Can't come over then. I don't want a cold.
All right. Alternative health and beauty, Barbara. Does Jay still want to go out with you? That is a multi-layered question. Let me say this. In an ideal world, yes. But there's more to it than that because, that song, all you need is love. Love is all you need. It's not all you need, unfortunately, in a relationship. You can love somebody and have a bad relationship with them. They can love you and you can love them. And if you guys don't have the other tools like communication, trust, respect, loyalty, those things. If you don't have those, but you have a lot of love, you still won't have a good relationship. You won't have a healthy, fulfilling relationship, if you will. Um, so in an ideal world, yes, he would. He still wants to go out with you, but you guys have some things that you need to address if you ever want that to happen. And you guys both, and part of that is both having the willingness to do these things. Um, it really goes back to a foundation of how each of you were raised. The Ten of Pentacles here tells me that this is okay. I'm getting a message. Hold on. Okay, so the message I'm receiving is that this is something that both of you will always remember. There's pain here, but it's one of those things of like, although there's pain, there's still this love. It's hard to explain. You'll always have love for this person and they'll always have love for you, but it just didn't you guys just didn't you weren't compatible, unfortunately. And this is actually a something you'll feel a lot of nostalgia about, but there's if you're a subscriber to this sort of idea, then you'll like this next message. If not, you won't like this next message. But if you believe in soul contracts and that we kind of map out our life before we come here to Earth, then I am getting something here about you. This was a soul contract. It was something that was necessary, and you kind of coordinated this because it will bring things full circle for you. And you may not see it now, but you will see it in the next few years to come. You'll start to see, hindsight's 2020, they say. You'll start to see the connection and the reason and the purpose and how it played a pivotal role in the path that you took and what comes of that path. How it brings you to actually feel harmony, to feel balance, to feel whole, to feel, even though you might not feel that right now. But something has come to an end. The World card is here, and you are nostalgic about it, and really, that's kind of where it's left. But there's, like I said, there's this love that is just ever present there. So that may not be something that you appreciate right now, but in the future, you're not going to have any ill will toward this person or anything bad to say about them. You may think like, oh, I hope they're doing good. I hope they, got everything they wanted in life. And, it's unfortunate it didn't work the way I wanted it to at the time, but I'm at this part of my life now, and that's no longer something I want or a priority of mine or something that really even holds any weight over me anymore. So that's where I do see you reaching the point. I do see you reaching happiness, essentially. This, believe it or not, this was very important, a very important part of the path toward your happiness. And like I said, you may not see that right now, but that means there's something that you have yet to uncover. And I'm so sorry. This is a difficult. I'm having trouble telling you this message. This is a difficult one to convey. It's very. I've been. It's not pleasant to go through, but you will see the purpose. Like I said, you got to go with the flow, and you got to move with love. You got to move with love. You can't hold on to the pain. Process the pain, feel the pain, allow the pain, but you got to continue moving. You got to get up and keep going on with your life. That's part of it. So this is very vital and important to your road to happiness. You got to move with the flow and go where the current goes, because resistance, if you're in the river and you're holding on to this boulder rock, and there's all this debris in the river, and it's just coming by and pummeling into you and hitting you and hitting you and hitting you, like, let go of the rock. Let go of the rock and go with the current, and see how you flow with the debris now, and it's not these logs and things aren't like crashing into you. And that's just a metaphor, but like going with the flow, moving with love. This is what brings you to temperance, which is harmony, balance, peace. And then underneath that, what you receive after that, excuse me, I'm so sorry, justice. And justice comes in the in life, but not necessarily in the same circumstances or from the same people where you feel the injustice had been done. So you do receive justice, but it may be with a whole new set of people, circumstances, energies, but you are given back the things the injustices you feel have been done to you do get corrected. And but you gotta how do you say, you gotta move down the river and go with the flow, um to get there. Okay, that's all I have for you this evening.
Wow. Okay, that was great. I'm going to do Aura. Hello. Pretty flower there. Oh, thank you for sharing. We're doing really great with our audience tonight. Thank you, guys. We appreciate that so much. Remember, they're free readings, but you can give tips, and the links are floating by underneath Aura right now. And also there are live links in the description. All right, let's get going. I get that you're super responsible. Okay, it's a sticker moment right there on your forehead. Comes capable, because I get this card of being responsible, putting like a lot of hard work and effort to get your success. It's very good. It's like a character card that's really great. Now, I do get some fears crossing over you, so just kind of blow any negative energy away. So this is time where we do clearing of our houses and ourselves and all that kind of stuff. I get a little bit of love coming, a little romance in the future. This is the messenger of love and romance coming in. And since I'm looking at 3 months, it's going to be in the summer. All right, a little love coming in the summer there. Past position shows me that an idea just came right in. Swift action came in. You went with it. And it's a good thing. I feel like you implemented it successfully, this idea, taking you already in a different direction. Now, they're showing me the magician card here for May. This is my card. I tell you, if I get this first or fourth, and I didn't, I got it fifth, but when I get it in early, I'm usually talking to people that have patents, and they, have inventions, and they make things and all this stuff. So here's this very creative thing for May. And it can mean that you have a money making idea. Something's here. It's really good. But I see you walking away from it like, well, whatever. And I'm letting it go, and I'm going a different direction. This was really a good idea. I feel like you've had it in the past. I feel like creativity right now. So don't walk away from that. All right. But I see you doing it. But write it down or something, because I feel like there's something really good here. When I get to June, I have a money-minded woman, and we are talking about money here, because with this person's advice, or what this person comes to the table with, actually leads to good news of money for you in that month. All right. In July, I do get this card of counseling and making decisions and getting opinions and all of that. So make sure, if you have the opportunity to get information or opinions from people, do that. I do want to tell you that mid to end of July, I have that card of like, well, I'm still waiting for this much money. This is how much I want to make, or this is what I'm feeling I need. It's a wait for it. So make sure that you use the law of attraction to bring in some money because I get a wait for that much money to come in. All right. Um, you got an extra card because I go, what the heck is this extra card for? And so it's meant to be read. This is a star card. When I first started tarot a long time ago, I made a deal with the other side and I said, hey, let's pick a card that not everybody gets, but it's a message for that person, 100% guarantee. And this is what it is. It says, first, to have a positive attitude, to wish it to be. So use the law of attraction and bring that whatever you want into your life. But no matter what happens, have hope and courage. Get your inspiration from above because it's so great for the future for you. That's what they're saying. So hang in there. Whatever's going on, you're going to get through it. And I see great things to come. That's a promise from them. And that's very fortunate to get that card. Not everybody gets it. And that's what I have for you tonight.
That was lovely, Debbie.
Thank
And I
you.
want to say thank you, Aura, and thank you, Riquette, for the well wishes. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Lots of little prayers and in any of the energy healers got good energy. Send a little that energy to Matty Tarot.
Thank you. All right, I've chosen this right here. Kimmy Pollock, please, I need to know why I feel like a failure. All right, so you're not a failure. First and foremost. Because what is a failure? A failure is a matter of opinion. It's a very individual perspective of what, because somebody could feel like a failure, and another person who's had the same exact thing happen to them could feel like they're not a failure. So it's it's a personal matter. And when when we're dealing with other people, we're not to take things personally because other people are acting and behaving out, they're navigating their own emotional experience. And people's behaviors and actions and things are about them. They're not about us. So it's not personal. No matter how personal it may feel, it's not personal. And so when there's a personal matter at hand, such as feeling like a failure, you need to understand that you may be projecting that outward. You may be viewing things because you feel like a failure. And so you're viewing things through a certain lens. And that is not the only step, but one of the very important first steps to undoing that feeling, to feel better, to see the world differently, to see yourself differently. um, you feel like a failure because you've put effort in and you feel like you're going uphill both ways. You feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place and it doesn't get better. It's always an uphill battle. And no matter how much work you try to put in, you feel burnt out. You feel this overwhelm that just really wears you down over time. And look at all this. Look at all this. I love it. I love it because it tells me that you can definitely change this and turn this around. So I don't love that you feel like a failure. I'm sorry. I love that you have the power to quite literally transform any part of your life that you want. The Chariot is here, which it's a long, bumpy road. There's a lot of obstacles, but there's a victory at the end, and it is something. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's hope, and the Chariot's interesting because it's like this winding, bumpy road that has a lot of obstacles and challenges, but you know how to navigate it. You know how to navigate it. You just got to do it. The only way out of something is through it. There's no way around. And we always try to take the way around. A lot of times people try to take the way around. There is no way around because the way around is just going to put you right back onto the road. And you're going to feel like you've wasted time. And if you keep trying to find a way around, you're going to get to a point in life where you're like, oh gosh, I just never actually went through it. I never actually did it. Because I was always trying to find a way around it. And you know, just doing it's part of it. But take it easy on yourself. So one step at a time, slow and steady wins the race. We all know that tale. But also stop being so hard on yourself. You may take the ideas of what so I'm just going to give a general example. I'm not saying this is exactly what you do, but a lot of times people, we live in a society where it's like you work, 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 right? 40-hour work week and all this stuff. It's like um productivity is very important in our society. And while I do think, obviously you need to work to make a living, like also though, we're not robots. We're not mechanical machines. We have we're not able to constantly be productivity machines. And we have this stigma in society that kind of says, oh, if you need a mental health day or you need to take a rest, like, you can find it in any job from the top to the bottom. There's this like shaming that goes on for like needing to take a break or needing a moment. And there's like, people are like, oh, like I never call in sick, or I whatever it is. And I just think that's so absurd because it's like, okay, I mean, I'm not a robot or a machine. I know I get tired. Does that mean I'm lazy? Does that mean I'm not productive? Does that mean I No, it doesn't mean any of those things. So this you need to essentially give yourself a break. Give yourself a break and kind of you need to take a moment to be grateful of the things that and pat yourself on the back for the things you have accomplished because you've accomplished a lot. You're not where you were, you know, 3 years ago. You're not where you were 5 years ago. There's some sort of and success is not a matter of, oh, I'm in a better position now than I was 3 years ago. No, it's over a long span of time. It kind of does this. It's like imagine a bubble expanding and it then retracts and then expands and then it retracts. And then as long as it's over time in the grand scheme of things, expanding more than it's contracting, as long as it's not getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, because it's going to sometimes retract or contract. Um, but as long as in general it expands and it's been expanding, like overall, I'm in a better position. I had a little setback here, but you know, we got through that, and that's success. That is success. That is growth. It's gradual. It's not linear. It's not always consistently positive. Um, One other thing is that moving the goalpost. So a lot of the times I have either here the Eight of Swords, and I need a drink of water. I'm so sorry. 1 second.
I want to say, Kimmy, when this is over, you need to go read the comments of the wonderful things like Kimberly just said to you. Okay.
Yes, yes. Support of peers is very important as well. Have you ever shared that you feel like this with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones? That is something that you'd be surprised. Not a lot of people want to be vulnerable in that way and say that they feel that way, but you'd be surprised at the responses you get when you do share that vulnerable information. A lot of people are very supportive and they say that may be the thing you need to hear from that person. When you tell them that, they say that thing that just makes it all click for you, and you're like, oh, I don't know why I didn't look at it that way. Like, so be vulnerable with the close loved ones that you trust. But I see here a mental loop that you do. You keep yourself in this prison mentally. The Eight of Swords is the original depiction of the card. It's the woman standing there, and all the swords are in the ground around her, and it kind of makes a prison around her, and she's got a blindfold on. And what she doesn't realize that if she just were to take the blindfold off and open, it's to say that you're blinding yourself because if you just take the blindfold off, you'll see that the swords aren't actually a jail cell. You're not imprisoned at all. You can go right through. You can leave. You're not stuck. Um, so essentially, you're being asked to approach and come in from a different angle to see things differently and see that you need to take your power back essentially. Um, I wanted to mention moving the goalpost. Oftentimes we strive to reach these goals and these milestones and these, accomplishments in life. And what we don't realize a lot of the time, a lot of people do this before we're ever there. We'll start to get there. We're moving there and we're making good progress. but then we move the goalpost down further and we have something else to strive toward. And so when we reached our first goal, we don't celebrate. We don't give ourselves the recognition. We don't say like, "Wow, I did a really good job," or that you don't pat ourselves on the back, and we're still striving to get to somewhere. So we still feel like we haven't reached it. And we still feel like we just aren't doing enough. And then when we're almost there to that one, we move the goalpost again, and we don't even realize we're doing it a lot of the time. So take a moment to stop, look back, and see how many times you've moved the goalpost and didn't give yourself recognition. And give yourself all of that recognition right now and pat yourself on the back. You've come very far. You've done a lot of work. You are a growing, you're living the human experience. You're growing, you're learning, the only thing that's constant is change. You're growing, you're living, you're learning, you're changing. Give yourself the space to do that and understand that other people's opinions of what that looks like to you, what that looks like to them, quite literally are irrelevant. They're not in your skin. What's the saying about opinions? It's like everybody has an opinion. Opinions are like a-holes, like everybody has one and most all of them stink. Something like that. Like it's really gross, but like so you don't need to take that into mind. The only time we should ever care about somebody's opinion of something is like if they're an influential person in society and are going to make decisions and changes that are going to affect your life and other people's lives that you care about. Or if you care about the person and you love them and you want to have some sort of relationship with them, or even if you don't love them, if you just are generally an empathetic, nice person, a decent person, and you want to have some sort of interaction or relationship with somebody, you should probably take into consideration their opinions, but you still don't need to identify with them and take offense to them. So keep that in mind. You may be putting too much emphasis on what other people think and not feeling and thinking for yourself. I do see you turning this around though. You got to walk away. 8 of Cups, 8 of Emotions in this deck. You got to walk away from that old way of thinking, from that old true and try. No, it's not true and tried. I'm sorry. That all the way that doesn't work for you, the way that got you to feeling like a failure. You gotta walk away from that. Start giving yourself the grace, giving yourself the space, giving yourself the recognition. And if there's anything that you feel like, oh, I should have done that. It's too late. No, the hell, it's not too late. Go do it. Go do it. Do the things that are going to take you toward your happiness, your goals. No matter how hard they are, you go and try. Just at least try. And if you fall down and you fail, get back up and try again. Because failure is only when you give up. Then you have failed at something. You've failed to continue to try. You've failed to push yourself through. That is and still it doesn't make you a failure. It's just a part of life. You've failed at something. We all have failed at something. So it doesn't mean you're a failure. Um, but failure is a choice. It is something when you give up and stop trying, that's when you fail. That's when you failed. Because if you continue to try, then you are a success and you're on the path to success. And anybody who is successful will tell you the same thing, that they didn't get it in their first try. It's a trial and tribulations type thing. Okay. But that's all I have for you this evening.
Okay. That was amazing. The comments, Kimmy, please read them. People are resonating with everything that you said, Matty.
Oh,
Very
good.
powerful words. But you guys, I'm going to call it. This was the most amazing show. The most amazing show. Um, and you guys all helped us with getting in our likes and all of that. And thank you so much. But Maddie, you have your husband make you turmeric, lemon, and ginger tea, and you go get some rest.
Turmeric is
Okay.
very important. Lemon too. And yes, I will.
Yep.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So come back for Wisdom Wednesday. If we didn't get to you today, please come back Wednesday. Let us know. We'll do our best. But thank you for joining us and have a good night.
Right. Good night, everybody.